Despite the efforts, that's good. Despite the efforts that have been made to keep people from voting, we can fight back in the best way possible, and that's get out to vote. There's no question Hillary Clinton will win in Cleveland and Cuyahoga County. Our job is to make sure that she wins by enough to win Ohio. And if she wins Ohio, she wins the presidency. Get out to vote. Tell your family to vote. Tell your friends to vote. Tell people you don't even like to vote. If we vote, we win. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Governor Ted Strickland to the stage.
Hello, Ohio! I love you too. I love Ohio. And Ohio is going to do the right thing in 18 days. My prophecy at about 11:17 p.m., they are going to announce that Ohio has voted for Clinton and Hillary is going to be the next president of the United States of America. How fortunate we are as a country and as a party to have someone with the experience, the common sense, the steadiness of Hillary Clinton to lead this country in years to come. And you put that in contrast to a man who is unfit to be the president of our country. A man who mocks disabled people. A man who disparages prisoners of war. A man who would ban an entire religious group from coming into our country. A man who calls women pigs and worse. Donald Trump is unfit to be the president of the United States, and Ohio will keep him from becoming the president. Now, after Hillary becomes president, she's going to need a Senate that will help her move her agenda forward. And so I want to take a few moments to talk to you about the differences between me and the current Senator Rob Portman. You know, Rob Portman represents the worst of American politics. A man who goes to Washington and forgets Ohio. A man who goes to Washington and looks out for the billionaires and the millionaires, but not for the working families of our great state. Let's just talk about a few of the issues. If you are a woman, you ought to know that Rob Portman has voted 5 times against pay equity for women. He wants to overturn Roe v. Wade and take away a woman's choice. He thinks a woman's boss should have the ability to determine whether or not her insurance covers birth control. And he has voted to defund Planned Parenthood. What about seniors? If you're a senior in Ohio, you ought to know that Rob Portman wants to raise the retirement age. He wants to privatize Social Security, and he has voted to turn your Medicare into a voucher program. What if you are a working person? You ought to know that Rob Portman voted for NAFTA and every job-killing trade deal that has come down the pike. And he continues to support trade deals, unlike Hillary Clinton, that will protect American jobs and American workers. Now, what if you're a person who is concerned about health care? Rob Portman wants to overturn Obamacare and rip coverage away from 800,000 Ohioans who now have coverage because of Obamacare. So there are big differences between the two of us, my friends, and the main difference is this. I'm from a working class family. I have spent my political life looking out for working class people, and Rob Portman has spent his life taking care of the millionaires and the billionaires to the detriment of Ohioans. So when you go to the polls, I want you to vote for Hillary Clinton, and I want you to vote for Ted Strickland, because together we will move this state forward. So remember my prophecy. At 11:17 p.m. on November the 8th, you will be watching television, and it will be announced that Ohio has voted for Hillary, and she will be the next president of the United States of America. Thank you.
So lucky now to have you all along, girl. I really love the way you love it, girl. Forever I'll be yours, baby. You blow my mind, baby. I'm so alive with you, baby. You blow my mind. Baby, you blow my mind, baby, baby, light my fire. I feel alive, baby. You blow my mind. I'm satisfied.
And all those things I didn't say were wrecking balls inside my brain. I will scream loud tonight. Can you hear my voice this time? This is my fight song. Take back my life song. Prove I'm alright song. My power's turned on. Starting right now, I'll be strong. decent sleep. Everybody's worried about me. In too deep. Say I'm in too deep. And it's been 2 years, I miss my home. But there's a fire burning in my bones. I still believe. Yeah, I still believe. And all those things I didn't say were wrecking balls inside my brain. I will scream, I'm loud tonight. Can you hear my voice this time? This is my fight song. Take back my life song. Prove I'm alright song. My power's turned on. Starting right now, I'll be strong. I'll play my fight song. And I don't really care if nobody else believes. 'Cause I've still got a lot of fight left in me. A lot of fight left in me. Like a small boat on the ocean, sending big waves into motion. Like how a single word can make a heart open. I might only have one match, but I can make an explosion. This is my fight song. Take back my life song. Prove I'm alright song. My power's turned on. Starting right now, I'll be strong. I'll play my fight song. And I don't really care if nobody else believes. 'Cause I've still got a lot of fight left in me. No, I've still got a lot of fight left in me. It's time for me to take it. I'm the boss right now, not gonna fake it. Now when you go down, 'cause this is my game, and you better come to play. I used to hold my freak back, now I'm letting go. I make my own choice, yeah, I run the show. So leave the lights on, no you can't make me behave. So you say I'm complicated, that I must be on my mind. But you've had me underrated, What's wrong with being confident? What's wrong with being confident? It's time to get the chains out. Is your tongue tied up? 'Cause this is my ground, and I'm dangerous, and you can get off. But it's all about me tonight. So you say I'm complicated, that I must be on my mind. But you've had me underrated. What's wrong with being confident? What's wrong with being confident? So you say I'm complicated, but you've had me underrated. What's wrong with
knocking on the door that holds the throne. I've been looking for the map that leads me home. I've been stumbling on good hearts turned to stone. The road of good intentions is gone dry as a bone. We take care of our own. We take care of our own. Wherever this flag's flown, we take care of our own. From Chicago to New Orleans, from the muscle to the bone. From the shotgun shack to the Superdome. There ain't no help, the cavalry stayed home. There ain't no one here in the bugle bone. We take care of our own. We take care of our own. Wherever this flag's flown, we take care of our own. The eyes with a will to see, where the hearts that run over with mercy. Where's the love that has not forsaken me? Where's the work that'll set my hands, my soul free? Where's the spirit that'll reign over me? Where's the promise from sea to shining sea? Where's the promise from sea to shining sea? Wherever this flag is flown, wherever this flag is flown, wherever this flag is flown, we take care of our own. We take care of our own. Wherever this flag's flown, we take care of our own. We take care of our own. We take care of our own. Wherever this flag's flown, we take care of our own. Hold on to me, don't let me go. Who cares what they see? Who cares what they know? Your first name is free, last name is dumb. But you still believe in where we're from. Man's white flower, it's in every living thing. Mind, use your power. Spirit, use your wings. Freedom, freedom, freedom. Hold on to me, don't let me go. Cheetahs need to eat, run antelope. Your first name is King, last name is Dumb. 'Cause you still believe in everyone. When the baby first breathes, when night sees sunrise, when the will have to see when man recognizes freedom, 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 breathing. We are from freedom. The electric one, just a shock you see. He left us the sun. Atoms in the air, organisms in the sea. Sun and yes man are made of the same things. Freedom, freedom, freedom. Freedom, freedom, freedom. Wake up, everybody, no more sleeping in bed. No more backward thinking, time for thinking ahead. The world has changed so very much from what it used to be. There is so much hatred, war and poverty.
Ladies and gentlemen, to introduce your next president of the United States, please welcome Congresswoman Marcia Fudge to the stage.
Well, it's finally time. It's finally time. I'm going to give one of the shortest introductions you have ever heard. Because I know that you know a number of things that I know. One, you know if you want better schools, you're going to vote for Hillary Clinton, right? If you want for everybody to have a chance to go to college, you're going to vote for who? If you want to preserve Social Security, who you going to vote for? If you want somebody that cares about our cities, who are you going to vote for? If you want a safer world and one that respects the United States, who are you going to vote for? If you want health care, who are you going to vote for? If you want freedom of religion, who are you going to vote for? Now, Cuyahoga County, we pick presidents. That's what we do. We pick presidents. We know that it's on us, but we do the heavy lift every 4 years. We are tested and we are tried. Hillary Clinton can count on us because we are tough. We are tough. Mayor, you know what we've been through? We have lived through a burning river. We have lived through default. Remember, we used to wear T-shirts. You got to be tough to live here. But Mayor, where have we come? Now we have a renaissance that everybody in the world is talking about. We are the champions. We are the champions. So let's make 2016 the winning year. Let's win out. Let's win the World Series. Let's win the presidency. 2016 is our year. Come on up, Hillary Clinton, my friend.
And I'll rise like the day. I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I do it 1,000 for that we have each other.
Hello, Cleveland! Wow! Woo! There is nothing like being introduced by Congresswoman Marcia Fudge to get everybody going. I am so excited to be here, and what a time to be back in Cleveland. The Indians are going to the World Series. That's after the Cavs won the championship. What a year for Cleveland. You really are Believe land. Now, I, for one, am hoping for a Great Lakes series. I spent a lot of days at Wrigley Field as a kid, so that would be a dream come true for me to have Cleveland and Chicago in the World Series and for us to win Ohio. I want to thank all of the people who are here today because you've heard from some great folks. I want to thank Governor Ted Strickland, our candidate for the United States Senate. I'll tell you, we could really use a Democratic Senate to get things done for the people of Ohio and America. I want to thank Mayor Frank Jackson, County Executive Armand Budish. I want to thank my great friend from Youngstown, Congressman Tim Ryan. And we need you all in. We need you all in. You're rallying together, and we need to rally together because, you know, I really believe we are stronger together. Anybody watch the debate Wednesday night? Well, that was the third and last time that I will ever have to debate Donald Trump. I have now spent 4.5 hours on stage with Donald, proving once again I have the stamina to be president and commander-in-chief. Really, you just have to be of good cheer when you find yourself in situations like that. And because I love this country and I believe in the American people, I could feel so clear in my own mind and my heart about what we can do together. So no matter what he was saying, I just kept thinking of all the people that I have met throughout this campaign. And I had the chance to talk about some of the most important concerns on people's minds, what keeps you up at night. And as I said then, and as I've said continuously, we're going to invest in the middle class. We're going to invest in you and your families. We're going to make sure we produce enough good jobs with rising incomes that every single person, especially every single young American here today, will have the chance to go as far as your talents and your hard work will take you. And we're also going to protect our children from gun violence. We are not going to tolerate the kind of gun violence epidemic that has swept this country and results in the deaths of 33,000 people a year. We can come together to meet our challenges, no matter what they are. But on Wednesday night, Donald Trump did something no other presidential nominee has ever done. He refused to say that he would respect the results of this election. Now, make no mistake, by doing that, he is threatening our democracy. He is basically saying, hey, we've been around 240 years, and we've always had peaceful transitions, no matter who won or who lost. Look, if you lose an election, I've lost elections, you don't feel very good the next day, do you? But we know in our country the difference between leadership and dictatorship, right? And the peaceful transition of power is one of the things that sets us apart. It's how we hold our country together, no matter who's in charge. You know, I went to 112 countries as your Secretary of State. And I saw the difference between what we do and what others do. I was in countries where people jail their political opponents or execute them or exile them or invalidate elections that they didn't win. That can never be allowed to happen here. I believe that's true no matter who you support in this election. Whether or not you support me or you support my opponent, together we must support American democracy and the country that has given every one of us so many opportunities. And the best way to do that, my friends, is to turn out and vote. Those are great. That's great. I'm excited because we are well on our way. There's an inspiring story being written right now by people across America. And many of you are getting involved in this election, some of you for the first time in your lives. We now have in America more than 200 million registered voters. That is more than we've ever had in our entire history, and that is really good news for our democracy. More than 50 million millennials have registered to vote so far. You know what that means? Young people will determine the outcome of this election, which I think is good news. That means our future is in good hands. And listen to this, because this is really exciting. More than 4 million people have already voted. Including many people right here in Ohio. In fact, in the first 4 days of in-person early voting here in Ohio, more people showed up to vote than they did at the same time in 2012 in our last election. That is fantastic, and it shows how serious people are taking this election. So numbers like that remind us that no matter all the negativity that's out there, there's something really exciting happening right now. People are coming together. Democrats, Republicans, independents, all of us to reject hate and division. People are motivated to vote early, to defend core American values, to embrace a future where every person counts, everyone has a place, and everyone can contribute. That is my vision. I have a hopeful, optimistic, unifying vision for what our country will be. Because from the beginning, our campaign has been focused on ideas, not insults, on bringing people together, not tearing us apart. And I want all of you to know that that's true not only for the campaign, but if I am fortunate enough to be your president, I want you to know, and I want you to tell I want you to tell anybody you know, any friends or colleagues at school or work or your neighborhood who may be planning to support the other guy. Here's what I want you to tell them. I want you to tell them that I want to be their president. I want to be every single American's president. Whether you agree or disagree, whether you vote for me or vote against me, I believe we can disagree without being disagreeable. I believe that, and I've seen that happen. I want to be a good listener. I know there are a lot of people right here in Ohio who are discouraged, frustrated, even angry about what's gone on in their lives, about losing jobs. They're upset about what they see happening around them. I get that. But I think anger is not a plan. We need plans that will help us deal with the legitimate concerns and questions that people have here in Ohio. I think that's what the country needs now, and that is what I will try to offer. I am not going to pretend that we can just snap our fingers and solve our problems. That would not be fair, it wouldn't be true, but I know we can make progress together. And you deserve something to vote for, not just against. So I want to speak directly to the challenges that a lot of people here in Ohio face, especially when it comes to our economy. You see, I believe really simply that when the middle class thrives, America thrives. When we build the economy from the middle out and the ground up, not from the top down, we are more likely to provide better lives, better incomes, better opportunities for more Americans. My opponent has a different perspective. He really believes if you give trillions, that's with a T, trillions in tax cuts to the wealthy, to millionaires and billionaires and corporations, everything will work out. It's really trickle down on steroids. I believe differently, that we must invest in working families, in the middle class, in small businesses. That will power the economy. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to get the economy to work for everyone, not just those at the top who have done pretty well over the last years. Now, Donald likes to say he's on the side of American workers, but his actions tell a different story. He has been buying cheap Chinese steel and aluminum for his construction projects, when he should be buying good American-made steel that supports good American jobs. And this is a very important issue here in Ohio because you're one of the largest steel-producing states in America, so you understand how important this is to support the American steel industry. So I'm going to let Donald try to explain himself to the steel workers filing for unemployment. He has put Chinese steel workers to work, not American steel workers, and we're going to change that. And for all of his talk about putting America first, he's made his products in at least 12 other countries. Trump suits were made in Mexico. They could have been made in Brooklyn, Ohio. Trump furniture is made in Turkey, and it could have been made in Cleveland. Trump barware is made in Slovenia instead of Toledo. So if he wants to make America great again, why doesn't he start by making things in America again? And we also know that he hasn't paid a dime in federal income tax for years. He says that makes him smart. Well, I don't know how smart you have to be to lose $1 billion in a year in the first place. But what that means is everybody else here, all of us, have paid more in federal income taxes than a billionaire, right? And that means he's contributed zero for our military or our vets, zero for Pell Grants to help young people go to college, zero for our highways or investing in clean energy or other ways to help us with new jobs for the future. Now, Tim Kaine and I, we have a different view. We want to make the biggest investment in new jobs since World War II. Jobs in infrastructure and manufacturing, clean energy, technology, and small business. We are going to make America the clean energy superpower of the 21st century. And I've set some big goals. I want us to deploy 500 million more solar panels by the end of my first term, and enough clean energy to power every home within 10 years. We're also going to strengthen education at every level, starting with universal pre-kindergarten education. And we want good schools with good teachers in every zip code so that every kid gets a world-class education. I want us to bring back technical education in high school. I think it was a mistake when we took it out of our high schools. And let's remember, it's at community colleges like this that thousands and thousands of people in our country of all ages get such a good start. And I'm going to make public colleges and universities tuition-free for any families making less than $125,000 a year. Education should lift you up, not hold you back. And we're going to help you. We're going to help you pay back and pay down your loans. Too many young people are burdened by those debts. It's going to be great to help you pay it back as a percentage of your income, so you're never on the hook for more than you can afford. Senator Bernie Sanders and I worked on this plan together. It's going to help save millions of people thousands of dollars, and you can actually go to HillaryClinton.com/calculator to see how much money you and your family could save with our plan. I also want to do more for apprenticeship programs. I thank all the unions represented here for the great apprentice programs that you have in place. Thank you. I want to support apprenticeship programs and skills trainings with business and labor unions because there are going to be good jobs out there for welders and machinists and health technicians and computer coders and so much more. I want everybody to have the chance to get your piece of the American dream, and I think the American dream is big enough for everybody. And we're going to raise the national minimum wage because no one who works full-time should still be in poverty. As I said in the debate the other night, I want to make sure that we take care of people on Social Security who were low-income workers and women, particularly widows, who lose half of their monthly payment when their husbands die. We've got to do more to make sure Social Security provides a decent income for our seniors. And yes, don't you think it's finally time to guarantee equal pay for women's work? Now, the equal pay issue is important in and of itself because if you've got a mother or a wife or a daughter or a sister who's working, you want her to be paid fairly. I mean, that's good for the entire family, right? But the equal pay issue gets at something even deeper. We've got to make sure that women and girls are treated with dignity and respect in our country that they deserve. We cannot tolerate the kind of behavior and language we've seen from my opponent. He thinks that belittling women makes him bigger, goes after their dignity, their self-worth, and I don't think there's a woman anywhere who doesn't know how that feels. So we're going to stand up for everybody, men and women, retirees, the young, millennials, everybody deserves to be treated with respect and dignity. And I have said repeatedly that we're going to reform the criminal justice system so that it works fairly for everyone. And we have to address systemic racism that is still too big a part of our lives together. I want to give credit to all the young people and really people of all ages who've been marching and speaking out, doing everything you can to make sure that issues of policing and mass incarceration, environmental justice, economic justice, educational equity, gun violence, voting rights, that they get the attention they deserve. Because it's important that we lift these issues up and work to make sure that everybody in our country feels like they are seen and they are heard. And all the advocates and activists who have challenged us to think about these issues of race and justice and equality and opportunity in new and powerful ways really deserve our appreciation. I'm going to do everything I can to lift these issues up because one of my hopes for my presidency will be to root out systemic racism and bigotry and discrimination in whatever form it takes. So really, when you think about it, my name will be on the ballot, but it's not just me. People say, well, she has lots of plans and all of that. I do, but I also have a lot of humility about this. I really believe our country is at a turning point, that this is a crossroads election. So yes, my name may be on the ballot, but the question really is, who are we as a country? What are our values? What kind of future do we want to create together? It is so easy to get cynical about politics. Believe me, I know that. But this matters so deeply to our families and our communities and our country and indeed our world. So I want to say something to people who may be reconsidering their support for my opponent. I know you may still have questions for me. I respect that. I want to answer them. I want to earn your vote. I am reaching out to all Americans, Democrats, Republicans, and independents. I think America needs every single one of us to bring our energy and our talents, our ambition, to build that better country. So I hope that as we move through these next 18 days, everyone thinks seriously about what you really want to see, not just in your next president, but in your lives, in your jobs, in your education, in our future together. And the only way we can have that positive, optimistic, unifying future is if all of you help us get there. Every phone call you make, every door you knock on, every voter you register makes a big difference. So I hope you will give whatever time you can for these last days. You can go to HillaryClinton.com and sign up to volunteer. You can text JOIN, J-O-I-N, to 47246 to join. With your help, we can elect Democrats up and down the ballot, starting with Ted Strickland and others who are running. Remember that early in-person voting in Ohio began on October 12th and it ends on November 7th. So you have more of a window to vote than a lot of people in other states. And I hope you will exercise that. And I hope that you will decide whatever issue you care about. You can almost in your mind's eye see that on the ballot. See it next to my name. See it whether you care about climate change and what we're doing to protect the Great Lakes, including Lake Erie, while creating good-paying, clean energy jobs. Whether you believe women should be able to make our own health care decisions. If you believe marriage equality should be protected. And that LGBT Americans should be treated equally. If you believe we should do more to stop the opioid epidemic that is destroying lives and communities, that we should do more to help with mental health and make sure that people get the treatment that they deserve. If you believe we need to get the cost of health care, premiums, copays, and deductibles and prescription drug costs down. If you believe that we should have a foreign policy where we work with our allies, not insult them, and achieve common goals toward peace and prosperity. This is our chance to send a very clear, unmistakable message about what kind of country and future we want. You know, I have two of the most wonderful grandchildren ever. And I see them whenever I can. I FaceTime with them all the time. But I think about them endlessly because I feel such a sense of responsibility, not just because they're my grandchildren, obviously, and I would do anything to help them, but because I want everybody's children and grandchildren to have the same opportunities to chart your own future, to believe in yourself, to contribute to this great American democracy of ours, to be part of an economy that lifts you up, not drags you down. I am motivated by my work that I've done my entire life on behalf of kids and families, from the time I joined the Children's Defense Fund until today. And I will do whatever I can to make it my mission to give every single person, especially every child and young person, the chance to live up to your God-given potential. Let's go out and prove that love trumps hate. Thank you.
And I'll rise like the day. I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I do it 1,000 times again. All we need is hope, and for that we have each other, and for that we have each other. And we will rise, we'll rise up. We'll rise. I'll rise up, rise like the day. I'll rise up in spite of the ache. I will rise 1,000 times again. And we'll rise up, I like the waves. We'll rise up in spite of the ache. We'll rise up, and we'll do it 1,000 times again.
tonight. Getting finer every day, girl. Wish that I could love you right in a special way, girl. You light my fire. You blow my mind. I'm satisfied.
Girl, you knock me out. Excited.
I'm so excited.
It makes me wanna shout.
Gee, I feel so lucky now to have you all along, girl. I really love the way you love a girl. Forever I'll be yours, baby. You blow my mind, baby. I'm so alive with you, baby. You blow my mind, baby. You blow my mind, baby. Baby, you light my fire. I feel alive, baby. You blow my mind. I'm satisfied.
Girl, you knock me out. Excited.
So excited, baby.
It makes me wanna shout.
Girl, you knock me out.
Outstanding.
I really love the way you knock me out.
Girl, you knock me out.
Girl, you knock me out.
Excited. It makes me wanna shout.
Girl, you knock me down.
Outstanding.
So outstanding, baby.
Girl, you knock me out.
Girl, you knock me out.
Excited.
Girl, you knock me out.
It's time for me to take it. I'm the boss right now, not gonna fake it. Now when you go down, 'cause this is my game, and you better come to play. I used to hold my freak back, now I'm letting go. I make my own choice, yeah, I run this show. So leave the lights on, no, you can't make me behave. So you say I'm complicated, that I must be out of my mind. But you've had me underrated, rated. What's wrong with being confident? What's wrong with being confident? It's time to get the chains out. Is your tongue tied up? 'Cause this is my ground, and I'm dangerous, and you can get off. But it's all about me tonight. So you say I'm complicated, that I must be out of my mind. But you've had me underrated, rated. What's wrong with being confident? What's wrong with being confident? You say I'm complicated, but you've had me underrated. What's wrong with me? What's wrong with being? What's wrong with being? What's wrong with being confident? What's wrong with being? What's wrong with being? What's wrong with being? What's wrong with being? What's wrong with being confident?
I've been knocking on the door that holds the throne. I've been looking for the map that leads me home. I've been stumbling on good hearts turned to stone. The road of good intentions is gone dry as a bone. We take care of our own. We take care of our own. Wherever this flag's flown, we take care of our own. From Chicago to New Orleans, from the muscle to the bone. From the shotgun shack to the Superdome. There ain't no help, the cavalry stayed home. There ain't no one here in the bugle bone. We take care of our own. We take care of our own. Wherever this flag's flown, we take care of our own. The eyes with a will to see, where the hearts that run over with mercy. Where's the love that has not forsaken me? Where's the work that'll set my hands, my soul free? Where's the spirit that'll reign over me? Where's the promise from sea to shining sea? Where's the promise from sea to shining sea? Wherever this flag is flown, wherever this flag is flown, wherever this flag is flown, we take care of our own. We take care of our own. Wherever this flag's flown, we take care of our own. We take care of our own. We take care of our own. Wherever this flag's flown, we take care of our own. care what they know. Your first name is free, last name is dumb. But you still believe in where we're from. Man's white flower, it's in every living thing.
And many of them heard her counter argument to his initial recommendation around these issues. Remember, she said that they weren't doable, that these issues weren't practical, that Bernie Sanders was in effect naive, and so there's a sense in which they don't believe she's coming to these issues with full faith. And I think there's also a deep skepticism, Donnie, about the current two-party system. Young millennials are active. They're making, I think, rational choices, and I think they're generally dissatisfied with the current political climate, and they're trying to figure out how to act politically. But there's a new study out, Gen Forward, at the University of Chicago, particularly breaking down millennials of color, and what they see in the data is that although there's skepticism, black millennials are breaking towards Hillary Clinton. And her campaign should be at least excited about that. But it's still kind of couched in a general skepticism about whether or not she's really committed to these issues, right? So they know that if she gets in office, they're questioning whether when she gets in office, will she even pursue these issues?
Eddie, I want to ask you a question just in a broad sense.
Sure.
We now finished these 3 debates, right? All of them massively rated, 80-some million in the first one, 60-some million in the second one, 70 million in the third one. There was a discussion in the first debate that Lester Holt led about criminal justice issues and a little bit about race. Beyond that, I don't think the topics was broached for the rest of the debate. So if you're an African-American man or woman, any age, watching those 3 debates in America, your takeaway is what?
Well, it's not only invisibility, but disposability, John. And what made the second debate, what made the silence in the second debate more egregious was that they were at Washington University in St. Louis, just 15 minutes down the street from Ferguson. And Hillary Clinton didn't even broach the subject, and she could have, particularly when the question came about or was asked, could Donald Trump govern all of America? And so part of what we have seen, and I've said this before, is that there's a kind of confusion on the part of the Clinton campaign. On the one hand, they seek to activate the Obama coalition. They want to kind of take those constituencies, get them excited, motivated to go out and win. But on the other hand, they want to activate the coalition that elected Bill Clinton. And that coalition that strategy, it seems to me, was predicated upon triangulation, right? And that involved, in some ways, kind of taking black voters for granted. And so it seems to me that confusion is evidenced, or has been evidenced over the course of this campaign, and has been evidenced throughout the debates as well. And so as an African-American voter, I must admit, I was pretty upset as I was watching it.
Yeah, I had a feeling you might be, just knowing you a little bit. So let me take that answer to that question and now loop it back to the first answer you gave to Donnie, right? So if I were running for president and I was a Democrat and I had Michelle Obama and Barack Obama on my side, I would have them out there every day I could, given their popularity and their skills as performers. But if I were an African-American voter in a swing state or in a battleground state, and I felt like that the job of getting me excited was being outsourced by the Clinton campaign to the black president and the black first lady, I might think that was a little condescending. Am I wrong to think that that's a little condescending, or that you might feel that way if you're African American?
Well, some may feel that way, John. I think more than anything, I think African American voters want to confront candidates who are seriously thinking about issues that are confronting their communities. And so you can send surrogate after surrogate. If it was, it could be Barack Obama, it could be Michelle Obama, it could be Bernie Sanders, right? It could even be Usher or Chris Brown or Beyonce. Well, Beyonce might be kind of exciting. But, you can send these surrogates out, right? You can send these surrogates out. But at the end of the day, I think African Americans want to hear what? They want to hear policies they want to hear policy platforms around employment. They want to hear how you're going to substantively address criminal justice. They want to hear how you're going to address housing, the housing crisis in our communities. And it's not enough to send us to the white papers that you've written. You have to lay out the policies in detail so that then we can then engage you, right? And so the urban policy that we've heard from the Clinton campaign, for example, I have a lot of questions. Are we going to rely on enterprise zones again? We've been relying on that for a long time. Is that sufficient, right? So we need to, I think at the end of the day, we need to start treating African American voters as substantive, thoughtful, rational actors and not apolitical creatures. Obama and the Obamas are going to do a great job, but again, going back to Donnie's question, they're not sufficient. We need more.
Eddie Glaude, I love listening to you. One of the smartest guys around. Appreciate it, buddy. Up next, money, money, and more money. We will break down the latest campaign fundraising hauls right after this.